I have Googled the word forgiveness on internet. Within a second, there are about 14 millions of links popped up. It really surprised me. I didn't know millions of people seeking for forgiveness on internet. I was just one of them. Good evening, President, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. You may wonder why I am seeking for forgiveness. Of course, I have made a countless mistakes in my life. But that's all right. The main reason is I want to prepare for this evening. My topic is forgiveness. There are many stories talking about forgiveness, but one story really striking me. That story is related to a president. Not our club president. Although Qihong, you are very forgiving. That president is Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Mr. Lincoln was born from a poor family. His father is a shoemaker. When Lincoln became a president, some rich people they feel very upset. How come a shoemaker's son should become a president of the United States? So on the first day, when Lincoln gave his inaugural speech in the Senate Hall, one man stood up. He said, "Mr. Lincoln, before you start your speech, I want to remind you, you are the son of a shoemaker." The whole Senate Hall laughed. They thought they had made a fool of Lincoln. But Lincoln didn't talk. He also didn't get angry. Instead, he said, Thank you for mentioning my father. He has passed away. But I will give you advice. I remember my father was a good shoemaker. And he continued while facing that arrogant senator. As far as I know, my father has made shoes for your family. If you have any complaint, please let me know. I will help. Although I'm not a great shoemaker, but I have learned from my father how to make shoes. And he continued to turn to the main audience. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wear shoes that my father made, if they need to repair, let me know. I will help as much as I can. But one thing is certain, my father's skill is unmatchable. A big applause burst from Senate Hall. And that arrogant senator, he felt impressed and feel regretted. And he started to change the view to Mr. Lincoln, and eventually he became a friend of Lincoln. That's the way how Lincoln deal with his political opponents. Forgive enemies and make them become your friends. It's such a great strategy. But most of people just do the opposite. Instead of forgiving, they complain. Raise your hand if you like to complain. Thank you. You are not alone. I am one of you who like to complain. Those people didn't raise your hand. You are not a Singaporean. I like to complain. I complain why my father was just a taxi driver, other than the owner of that taxi company. Otherwise, I can take over that company from my father and expand the business all over the world. I complain why my mother was not English educated. I couldn't have English as my mother tongue. I'm still struggling with my English speech. Otherwise, I could win English speech contest. I'm ready for presidential contest of our Toastmaster Club. I complain why my wife was just an ordinary girl, why she wasn't as clever as Mrs. Kwa Ju Chu. Mr. Kwa went to study law in the University of Cambridge, and she came back to help her husband become the Prime Minister of Singapore. Also, he brought up our current Prime Minister. Although I complain my wife, but it doesn't matter if I could be qualified to study in the University of Cambridge. So Lincoln's story told me, if I keep complaining, I will go nowhere. I will not become a good shoemaker. I also couldn't become a good taxi driver. I don't believe I can become a good president of our Toastmaster Club. So I decide to change myself. I want to become a forgiving person, especially on this Thanksgiving Day. I want to fill my heart with forgiveness. So ladies and gentlemen, let's all work together, forgive our friends, forgive our loved ones, and forgive our enemies. If you all agree with me, please put your hand together. Give me a big applause. Of course, it's all right if you do not clap, because I will forgive you. All of you, include you, Toastmaster of you.